The one thing necessary to be the best dressed person in the room is fit. How your clothes fit you. It doesn't really matter what you're wearing, it matters how it lays on your body. Fit is a very simple concept that needs to be executed with thought, finesse, and awareness. When you wear clothes that don't fit properly, you exude insecurity, lack of self awareness, laziness, or all of the above. When you wear clothes that are too big, you appear to be trying to hide something. When you wear clothing that is too small, you appear to be trying to emphasize something. You look most confident and professional when you wear clothes that fit your body, somewhere in between too large and too small. You don't even need to buy new clothes. Look at the clothing you already own and think about how they can fit you better. Get really picky with how garments lay on your body. If you don't know how to sew, find a local tailor to be your new BFF because you will be spending a lot of time together. Fit is a simple concept that is hard to master. The reason it makes such a big difference is because it's not easy to achieve. Good fit is not so common, so it's very noticeable when someone takes the time to have impeccably fit clothing. That person really stands out in a room. There are 4 key areas of the body to pay attention to when mastering fit. Number 1 is shoulders. Make sure that your shoulder seams line up with your shoulders. This is the most important area to work on because your shoulders frame your face. As you go about your day, your face and shoulder area is usually the most looked at or noticed part of your body by other people. I say usually because some people might have other things going on lower down that draw more attention, but if you're in a professional setting, you will probably want your face and shoulder area to be the focal point. So take the time to make sure that the shoulder seams are on point. Make sure that the seams aren't hanging off of your arms. This is the most common fit mistake, is that shoulder seams on a garment that they're too wide. A quick fix is that you can tack little pleats into the shoulders, but it's also kind of a long-term fix. I either sew pleats or darts in the middle of the shoulders. You can see here on my black shirt that I'm wearing, I sewed little pleats into the shoulders. You can see that the fabric is folded over and then it's sewn right here. Because of the gold piping detail, it's easy to see where my shoulder seam is. This shoulder seam was a little too large and it was sitting slightly down my shoulder before I altered it. Because this shirt has piping, it was really noticeable that the shoulder seams weren't in the right place. On this shirt, I sewed full darts that start at the mid-shoulder and they taper down to the center of the shirt on the front and the back. Because it's a black, this shirt, the seams aren't super noticeable. So this worked fine on this particular shirt. It's hard to see. Now these techniques might not work on all shirts. Try it first on a shirt that you already don't wear often because it's either too large or for some other reason, and see if you can make it work. If you're unable to do this yourself, find a good tailor to do it for you. The other option is to buy new shirts if you don't want the appearance of darts or pleats on your shoulders. Number 2 is the waistline. Make sure that the top of your pants and the bottom of your shirt are flattering to your waistline. This is the narrowest part of your midsection, so showing it off will automatically make you look thinner. A quick fix would be to just tuck in your shirt. This always looks more polished than an untucked shirt. Even t-shirts. Yes, I tuck in my t-shirts about 95% of the time because it just looks better. You wear your pants at their correct rise and belt it. If you're going to be tucking in your shirt, your pants should be sitting at their correct rise, and a belt will define your waistline even more while keeping your pants where they should be. Long-term fixes, you can alter the waist of your pants. I alter the waist of a lot of my pants because they don't normally fit in an optimal way. This is a tough fit for most people, including men. I think it's because we all vary a lot when it comes to our waist to hip ratio. So buy pants that are the closest you can find to your waist and hip, and then alter whatever is slightly off to make them fit near perfect. Again, or have a tailor do it. Number 3 is wrists. Wrists are a focal point when you shake hands meeting people, if you give demonstrations where you're pointing or writing, typing or sketching. The wrists of your shirt are going to be very important. Quick fix would be if your sleeves are too long or too short, you can fold them or wrinkle them up to your elbow creases so the actual length of the sleeves isn't noticeable. These sleeves on me, these are a little bit too long and I just roll them up to my wrists, which is the next option. If the sleeves are too long, another option would be just to fold them up to your wrists so that they're not covering your hands. Long-term fix would be if the sleeves are too long, you can hem them, just like pants. If you have a simple hem with no details, this is pretty straightforward. If you have cuffs or other details, you can either hem those details off or you can unattach the details and then hem the main sleeve fabric and then reattach those details. Again, if it's too hard, rely on a tailor for this. The other option, if the sleeves are too short, it's possible to add fabric to extend the sleeves, but you want to be careful with this. It's hard to get this to look good or professional. I consider this an advanced technique, but if you're up for a challenge, try extending the length of your sleeves. Another option would be to change the garment to short sleeves or sleeveless. Then the other option would be to just buy new shirts. Number 4 is ankles. Quick fixes for ankles. Ankle fixes are really similar to wrist fixes. If your pants are too long, you can fold them up into a cuff to be just touching the tops of your shoes. If your pants are too short, then you're lucky that short pants and showing ankle is in style right now. Long-term fixes, if your pants are too long, hem them. If your pants are too short, it's possible to add fabric to extend the pant legs. Same as sleeves, it can be hard to have this look good. Another option would be to change the garment to capri length or shorts. If the above two don't work, the next best thing would just be to buy new pants. Now you know what it takes to be the best dressed person in the room. Shoulders, waist, wrists, and ankles. If you consider these 4 points every time you get dressed, you will look amazing. What area do you find the hardest to fit and why? The shoulders, waist, wrist, or ankles? Let me know down below. And subscribe!